Yes, Speaker, my question's to the Premier. Speaker, Waterloo Region has been long blessed with some of the best health care this province has to offer, and yet government foot-dragging on a 4-year-old funding promise to St. Mary's Hospital is forcing cardiac care patients to make alternative arrangements. The quality of care at St. Mary's has long drawn patients to Kitchener, but without promised funding improvements, they're at a crossroads. Back in 2012, 2012, this government promised funding to build an electrophysiology suite, and yet St. Mary's continues to wait.
John Malloy.
It's been 4 years, and as government spends millions on TV ads to boast about healthcare investments, demand for cardiovascular services at St. Mary's has soared by 25%. Will the Premier tell us if she will continue to neglect the people of Waterloo Region and St. Mary's Hospital in denying them their long-promised EPC?
Thank you.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the question. It's information that I had received and had a good discussion with the member from Kitchener Centre, who has expressed the same interest in moving forward with this important cardiac development. Mr. Speaker, I have to indicate that my ministry is looking closely at this issue, working with the hospital, working with the local LHIN. We know that, and it's great to see a strong advocate as well in the gallery, John Malloy, that has advocated for quite some time for these increases in services. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to follow up with the ministry. I'll follow up with the members that have engaged me, including in question period this morning, with regards to future developments for this important service.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Yes, and as the minister mentioned, the former member for Kitchener Centre had actually made that announcement, he'll remember, but it was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, he did so. Speaker, while they've waited to deliver their promised funding, St. Mary's cardiac care wait times have become the highest in the province for some procedures, almost double that of other facilities. Patients are being forced to head elsewhere for treatment. Cardiac care physicians recruited by St. Mary's for this specific program are tired of waiting and they're heading for the exits. Government delays are having a direct impact on the healthcare treatment in Waterloo Region, and government doesn't seem to care. Speaker, our patience has run out. Government has had 4 years. Will the Premier commit today to end the waiting game and deliver the cardiac care funding that was promised 4 years?
Question. Thank you. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I have to say I'm surprised because with this question, I would have expected at least the member opposite, if not his party, to have supported us in the budget, because the budget contained elements that precisely respond to these sorts of questions and these sorts of requirements. Not just on the immediate maintenance and renovations, which we've spoken about over the last couple of weeks, where we've increased to $175 million annually for that, but the $12 billion in capital investments over the next 10 years to allow us to make these sorts of investments, which I know are important for St. Mary's, but there are other jurisdictions or other hospitals in the area that we've been working as a ministry through the LHINs, looking at their cardiac programs as well. So, Mr. Speaker, again, this is an issue that's been discussed between myself and the member from Kitchener Centre. I know that it's an important issue for her.
Answer.
I'm glad that the member opposite has also had the opportunity to raise it, not with me directly, but here in question period, and I'm happy to follow up with
Thank you.
Speaker.